Welcome to Gamespot Live. I'm Ryan Davis, and I'm here today to talk to you about Frequency, Sony's new rhythm game for the PlayStation 2. Rhythm games have generally been more popular in Japan than they have in the United States. Sony's looking to change this with Frequency, a game that's been developed in the United States by Harmonix Music Systems. Describing how Frequency plays is a bit tricky. At first glance, the game sort of looks like a mix between Tempest, the classic vector-based shooter, and Dance Dance Revolution, the king of rhythm games. The way it works is like this. You're set inside of an octagonal tunnel, and each wall of the tunnel represents a different instrument, be it synthesizer, guitar, drums, vocals, whatever. Now on each wall there are three sets of jewels, left jewels, middle jewels, and right jewels. Those different positions correspond with either square, triangle, or circle buttons, or the L1, R1, and R2 buttons. As you progress down the tunnel and the jewels come towards you, you have to hit the button that corresponds with the position of the jewel. Once you complete a string of these button pressings without messing up, that section of the wall will clear out and you're free to move on to another wall. In the earlier levels, these patterns of the jewels can be pretty simple and sparse, not a lot of challenge, which is good for the newbies. But it also, in the later levels, there's a great deal of challenge. They get really complex and are going to test the skills of even the most seasoned of rhythm game experts. Now, since no one song in the game consists of just 8 samples, the songs are broken up into sections. When you change from one section to another, the samples change, and anything that you've previously completed will drop out. This can be a little anticlimactic sometimes because you'll have a good thing going and suddenly you'll be back to just a drum track. Aside from the main gameplay mode, Frequency also includes a remix mode, which allows you to pretty much rebuild any of the songs featured in the game as you see fit. You can then save them and play them back at a later time. It also has a pretty extensive playlisting feature that allows you to play certain remix songs in order, do it in shuffle, and it's generally a lot of fun. It is a lot less structured than the main gameplay mode, but still represents a large component of what Frequency is. Now, aside from the incredibly cheesy FMV opening sequence to the game, the graphics in Frequency are pretty top-notch. Everything is flat shaded, so it has a sort of weird, faux futuristic look to it, sort of reminiscent of how you always see the internet in big Hollywood movies. There's always a lot of action going on screen. In the backgrounds, you'll always see just sort of abstract shapes gyrating around. There's a host of different background themes that you can choose from before you're starting a level, and that always keeps the variety good and keeps things interesting. Nothing is as important to a rhythm game as the music, and Frequency has this covered completely. In fact, Frequency probably has the best soundtrack to any rhythm game ever. There's a total of 25 different tracks in the game, which makes for 25 different levels. Some of the bigger name bands that are in the game include BT, Orbital, Crystal Method, Powerman 5000, Paul Oakenfold. Really, the list goes on. It's really impressive and it's diverse. It's not just, ambient techno, and so it'll appeal to more than just the hardcore ravers. I wear a white lab coat. There aren't a whole lot of rhythm games for the PS2 right now, so if you're a fan of the genre, Frequency is a no-brainer. It's easily one of the best of the genre as it stands, and even outside the genre, it's a really good game. So if you're a fan of the genre, you should pick it up, no questions asked. And even if you're not, you might want to give it a rental because it's got good pick-up and play value, and it's got a lot of challenge later on.
Bye.